Getting my dreamy doe set up. She's dreamy, all right. Sure hoping that it entices a buck to come along, and I think he's gonna get a little frisky. And just to get him a little bit more pissed off, I got this buck here, and he's gonna be looking like he's gonna mount this doe, and I'm hoping that that gets somebody all riled up. That's the plan anyway. That way any bucks coming from South Dakota, they can see them, and any bucks coming from the neighbors over there can see them. Alright. That, and maybe I even put a little bit of urine out. I didn't do this originally just because I didn't want to throw off the mood of the deer until we at least got one, and Julie tagged hers this morning, so I figure that gives me every reason to break out the big guns now and and get them excited, because we at least have one in the bag. Give that a little smell. Oh yeah, that's deer all right. All right, now if any bucks are over there, they should smell that. The only problem is they might smell me too, because I'm right there. But you never know. I don't want to use the buck here and now. A visual should be good enough. I don't know. I don't want to accidentally spook off a buck by having this smell like too big of a buck. I don't want that. There's doves come, they're never flying around when I'm ready to shoot them. Of course. If the gun was ready for birds, I could have taken those guys. They were right there. Looks good to me. Gotta go find my pheasant. He came in, I didn't have time to get the camera rolling. Scared me, and I turned, I heard him rustling, and I shot, and now I gotta find him. I shot, and he fluttered up and flew a little ways, but not too far. So now the question is, did he land and die, or did he run? There's a feather. There's one of the feathers right there. And another feather. Here goes. Couple pheasants. So it's crazy. I walked around and went into the house. And earlier I walked right by this guy and I didn't even see him. So yes, I did get my pheasant. First pheasant of the year for me. Not much for a tail on him, but he'll eat. Can't beat that. That's why when I'm deer hunting, I make sure that I bring birdshot with, because you never know, you might be able to come home with something if the deer aren't being cooperative. So, sweet. He's a young one. He's got small spurs on him. Yay me. That brightened my day a little bit. Get me a little excited. Now I'm ready to bag a deer. I just need one to show up. Here's my decoy. Makes me wonder while I was in the house eating how many deer came and checked it out when I wasn't ready for them. And there's my first antlered buck, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't perfect, but he's mine. Ah, yes. That's why I stayed all the way till Monday. Oh, yes. God, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. He came into my decoy. I had just been watching a bunch of pheasants walking across the field. And I looked back over here to see if anything was walking through the farm, and I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's right there. Didn't know he was coming. He came around the corner, had no idea he was there, and everything, I had to move so slow. But all right, I gotta go check out my deer. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. Awesome. Oh, that just made the weekend right there. It's a good Monday. We had the temps drop and the wind is out of a different direction now. It came from the north, and I gotta walk down the stand here. Came from the north, and it's been out of the south for the last 2 days. And I actually think that's the buck that I've been watching. He's been walking around over at that other property, and he's been going south, and then he comes back north, and he goes back south, but he never comes over here. Well, he made a mistake. Oh, he made a mistake. Oh, yes, that feels good. Oh. Oh. All right, there he is. He ain't big, but he's mine. And I've never gotten one with antlers before, so that's fun. Sweet. It's a good way to start, I guess. All right, well now I'll have to tell Julie I gotta got another deer. Okay. Exciting. I gotta compose myself a little bit because I got all excited there when he first when he first showed up, because at first I didn't see antlers, I just saw deer. So and then once I realized it was a buck, I'm like, all right, well, this is it. Oh, thank you, Lord. And thank you, buck. Thank you. I'm gonna eat you. We're gonna have a lot of good meals. Awesome. It was a good weekend. Julie was able to bust hers out in the first half hour of shooting light on the first day, and mine took a little while, but I got there. Let's see what I do here. Oh, it looks like my second shot just crippled him, because I ended up, looks like the second shot hit him in the leg. First shot hit him in the neck though, so yeah, that was, it did him in. I just didn't want him to go running, so taking out the leg worked. All right. Cool. Yes. All right. That's exciting. That's exciting. All right. Well, so Julie doesn't know I got one yet, so I'm gonna have to show her. Comes the real fun part of getting to take him back up there. Oh, and by the way, so when I woke up this morning, I just had a little idea. When I woke up, and I'm like, you know, I brought 3 of my guns with. I brought my new pump shotgun from my buddy, and I brought my 410 so that I could do small game hunting if I had a chance, and I brought my semi-auto 12 gauge from my grandpa. And yesterday and the day before, I was using the pump. No deer presented themselves, and I'm thinking, you know, when I woke up today, I said, I'm going to use Grandpa's gun, because that's the gun I've taken every deer with, and I think it's the lucky one. And so here it is. It's the one that I hydro dipped and made it look all snow camo-y and pretty. Black synthetic, and I did a little art project with it, and sure enough, That's the one. That's the one right there. Thanks, Grandpa. That is exciting. That seriously just made my day, made my week. Hell of a way to start the week on a Monday. Oh, yes. Awesome. Here's what sealed his fate. Dreamy doe. He thought he had her all to himself. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, the decoy has now paid for itself. I was sitting right there. Oh, that was awesome. Thought he had himself a girlfriend. Oh, so this spot was fantastic because from there I can see everything in there. I can see all the way over there, and I can see most of that except when they're hugging the tree line, which is what he did. I didn't know he was here until he was right there, and I had just looked in here because I heard something over there, and I'm like, you know, I thought maybe there was one walking through there. And I'm like, well, that's why I had asked you. I was like, are you out? Because I didn't know if you were over there, if you made noise or what, or if you saw a deer. And I look up, and he's staring at her. And he's about as far out as what she is, but he was over here. And he was looking at her, and then he'd look back this way. And I'm like, well, I can't move, and my gun's sitting across me like this. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? And he looks back into the woods. And then he looks back at her, and as he starts walking that way, that's when I'm just slowly raising my gun up. And he stopped midway to just kind of get a good look at her, and then it was over. I caught him right in the... I almost always hit my deer in the same spot when I'm shooting them with a shotgun. They almost always get hit right here in the neck. I don't know why, but that's seriously, if you look at any of the pictures of the last... I don't know how many deer.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know if you'd call that a point.
That's the thing. I think he's more of a 5. That one's not that big. I mean, see, to me...
He's probably the one that I saw yesterday, though.
Yeah, I think he's the one that's been walking around over there, because it was... The deer came out of there from behind that silo, walked over that way, lost track of him for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, and then I look up and he's right here, so I don't know if...
in the pasture when I saw it, like... looking out like the old junky greenery over there.
Okay.
He was to the left of it, and then he walked back north.
Well, that must have been him then, because like I said, before you said that, he went that way, so he must have...
That's the only one you saw was out.
Yep, he's the only deer I've seen all morning, so yay! I'll call him my 6 point just because there's a little nub right there.
Yeah, like I said,
legally, I think he's a 5.
He actually looks bigger here than the picture you sent.
Right, yeah.
Looks bigger.
Yep.
Like I said,
but that's the thing, like if I took a picture of him laying like that versus me holding it, if I'm in the picture, they look dinky. Yeah. Which, they're not big, but...
No, but I mean,
his body is decent too. I thought he was alright. But yeah, he caught me off guard big time. I was like, whoa. And so then my second...
actually killed him then?
That's the killing shot. That was right away. That was the first shot. And then when he fell down... I'm like, okay, cool, I got him. And I relaxed a little bit. And then he stood back up, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't go back to South Dakota. So then I shot again, and that's what broke his leg. And then he couldn't go anywhere, and he just laid there, and finally that took over, but he ended up dying just before he got to the creek. You can see my drag mark. No, that's the thing. I'm like, no, and I busted him one more time.
Like the one last year, like I said, it was like crawling.
I hate it when they're in the water.
I'm like, no, because I won't be able
Yeah.
to the freaking water.
I hate it when they're in there.
I don't know, if I can pull it back a little bit, maybe out of the wind a little. Or not.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't know if it's out of the wind.
really?
Somebody sent a picture, I'm like, okay, is he like spoofing
Is he spoofing me?
I'm just like, you know what I mean? Put your head on somebody else's.
Right.
I'm like, it looks real. I'm like,
If I did that,
but I didn't hear a shot.
if I did that, I would have put it on a bigger buck.
What do you think with the wind? Well, actually, the wind's from this way.
It's coming, yeah, it's a northeast
So,
wind
the shot
heading
went
that way.
That way. That's why I didn't hear it.
Right.
I thought maybe it was northwest. Because I'm like, I should have heard the shot.
Right. And I think that that's what helped today is that the wind was different because he must.
He didn't smell you though.
He was never like in my line of
Yeah, but
scent. I don't think.
If he was.
Well, I guess maybe over there he would have been, but maybe that
could have blocked it. Plus these trees.
that and maybe that freaked him out and made him turn back around to come this way, and then he saw her. I don't know. Your new hunting buddy, because I give you deer. Yeah, because I give you deer meat. Hi, 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 poopers. Hey, you want some? Hey, you want some? Here. If I can get it up, it's falling out of my hand. Here. Oh boy, yay! Kibbles and bits got nothing on that, huh?
He's like more.
What you doing? What are you doing? You're getting elbowed in the face.
He's like, yeah, this is not working so hot. I know.
Yay, thanks, Julie.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're going to fight. All right, cool.